Hello and welcome to Off-Grid Living. About a month ago I done a video on the wild carrot, also known as Queen Anne's lace. It was in full bloom at the time. Now it is September and it's turning to seed. So I'm going to show you how to harvest the seed on this and some of its uses. Okay, I had done a previous video on Queen Anne's lace or wild carrot and gave you some ways to identify it. You do want to make sure that you are harvesting the correct thing because there are some poisonous lookalikes. If you would, just go back and watch the last video. But you can see these underneath of the flower head here. You can see these little three-pronged rosette all the way around the base of the flower. This is an identifying factor of wild carrot, Queen Anne's lace. Okay, on this one here though, when you're harvesting, you can tell that this is going to seed because see how the flower has kind of cupped up. And but this one here is still too green. You do not want to harvest these when they are still green, because if you were to put this into your harvested batch of seed, with this having so much moisture still in it, it could cause molding issues and potentially ruin your whole batch. So what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to find the ones that are like this, that are brown and dried up, but if you look closely you can still see it still has the seed in it. Okay, so another way to tell is you just take it and just give it a little bit of a squeeze and you can see the seed starting to fall out. So this is ready to harvest. When you're harvesting it, the best way to harvest it I have found is by just taking some pruners like this right here and then just clip it off. That way you're not losing too much of the seed by shaking it around. You just kind of have to be gentle with it. When I harvest these, I just take and clip the stem off under the flower. Then I go ahead and just throw these into a bucket. That way, if anything does fall out, it's in the bucket and contained. You don't have to worry about the plant reseeding itself, because as you're harvesting, you're going to be knocking off plenty of seeds. Another thing I usually do too when I harvest is I leave at least half of whatever I'm harvesting, just so it can go ahead and reseed and I don't hurt the population any. After I have harvested these though, all you really have to do is just I hold these over a bucket, and this bucket is clean. It just looks dirty because this is the dust from where I've been harvesting these. And you just simply roll it in your fingers until you have an empty flower like that. Discard that. And you just keep doing this until you get all the seed out of the flower. Now believe it or not, when I started, this bucket here was plumb full of flowers. And so by the time I have sit here and separated all the seed from the flowers, this is what I have. Now I know that's don't look like a lot, but this here is what you end up with. Now this is full of chaff, so the seeds are teeny tiny and black, so this is mostly chaff, but it tastes like carrot also. Plus it gives you some fiber in your diet. So I just use the whole thing, because actually if you were to sit here and try to winnow this chaff off of the seeds, number one, you're only going to end up with a handful of seeds, and number two, it's going to be an awful lot of work. So the chaff works good as a flavoring also. So I just leave it in there, and gives you more stuff to put into your soups. There are a lot of little bugs that like to call this flower home, so usually once I have harvested this, I'll lay it out on a table or a sheet or something like that, and just let it sit out there for a day. You know, they'll crawl off and leave, and then you don't have to worry about them anymore. Something else too is if you are pregnant or are trying to get pregnant, you do not want to consume wild carrot seed. It has been used for centuries to regulate menstrual cycles, and so, you know, if you are pregnant, it could cause you to have a miscarriage. So I would avoid that if you are pregnant or trying to get pregnant. So there you go. It's as simple as that to harvest the carrot seed. Once I have, you know, this separated here in my bucket, then I will take it and put it into some mason jars, put some lids on it. You can add it to your soups and stuff when you're making them if you want a carrot flavor. It don't take very much, maybe a teaspoonful to a pot of soup. The nice thing about it is it adds a lot of nutrition to your diet. The carrot seeds here, they have vitamins A, C, and E in them. They also have vitamins K. They have potassium and phosphorus. They are full of carotenoids. They also have omega-6 and omega-9 fatty acids. So it is something very nutritious that you can add to your soup. It's growing everywhere out here in the wild. It's easily accessed, easy to process, and it's just really good for you. So happy foraging, and hope you enjoyed the video.